Hello. It's time for the second video in our series dedicated to spots to visit in Rome. This one will be about Vatican City and papal sites, which although technically are not even Italy, they are encapsulated by Rome and are an integral part of this city and its history. The Vatican is the seat of power of the Catholic Church and home to the Pope, but it also hosts amazing art, spectacular architecture and amazing stories waiting to be discovered. St. Peter's Basilica is an immense and ornate basilica, the center of the Catholic Church, and it's a masterpiece of Renaissance and Baroque architecture. It is said to have been built over the burial site of St. Peter, and its incredible dome was designed by Michelangelo. Inside it, you can also find Bernini's baldacchino, which is a bronze canopy that stands over the main altar. The throne of St. Peter, or Cathedra Pietri, is another Bernini work located in this church. The Vatican grottos can also be found underneath St. Peter's Basilica, and they contain the final resting place for 91 popes. St. Peter's Square. It's a magnificent, colonnaded square designed again by Bernini to welcome pilgrims to the Vatican. It's got 284 Doric columns that are arranged in 4 rows, creating a maternal embrace. An ancient Egyptian obelisk brought to Rome by Emperor Caligula himself stands in the center, and atop the colonnades there are 140 statues of saints looking down at the square. There are 2 identical fountains in the square, one by Carlo Maderno and one by Bernini, which were put there to create symmetry. Another interesting feature, there are circular center markers in the pavement, and standing on them makes the 4 rows appear as only one. The Vatican Museums house one of the world's largest and most important art collections, amassed by popes over centuries. These collections include thousands of artworks, sculptures to the gallery maps and the Raphael rooms. There is a famous double helix spiral staircase, which is a major feature of the Vatican Museum, and the Pinacoteca Vaticana is the painting gallery, which is hosting masterpieces by Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci and Caravaggio. The total length of the museum galleries is said to be over 7 kilometers long, and it also contains the Gregorian Egyptian Museum that houses artifacts from ancient Egypt. The Sistine Chapel, probably one of the most famous places when it comes to the Vatican. It is located inside the museums and it is said to be the Pope's private chapel, famous for its iconic ceiling frescoes that are depicting scenes from the Book of Genesis by Michelangelo, the Last Judgment on the altar wall also by Michelangelo, and this is the official site for the papal conclave, where the cardinals elect a new pope when the time comes. The side walls are also covered in frescoes by Renaissance masters, including Botticelli and Perugino, and the nudes in the Last Judgment were later covered with drapery in a campaign that was called the Fig Leaf Campaign. Castel Sant'Angelo, which I know we've already covered part of it in the first video, but that is because in the first video we focused on the ancient history of the monument. And yes, this one was originally built by Emperor Hadrian to be its mausoleum, but now we are going to focus on the later history of this monument, because later on it was converted into a papal fortress and a castle. It is connected to the Vatican through a corridor called Passetto di Borgo, which served as an escape route for popes. The bridge in front of the castle, Ponte Sant'Angelo, is lined with 10 beautiful angel statues that were all designed by Bernini, and funny enough, it was also used as a prison. Giordano Bruno was imprisoned here before his execution. The building gets its name because there is a legend that Archangel Michael appeared on top of the mausoleum. The Vatican Apostolic Library. It is said to be one of the oldest libraries in the world, officially being founded in 1475. It contains one of the most significant collections of historical texts, manuscripts, and although access is restricted to scholars, certain halls are occasionally displayed as part of the Vatican Museums. Its collection includes approximately 180,000 manuscripts and 1.6 million printed books. It is located within the Vatican Palace and it is closely linked to the Vatican Secret Archives. The Apostolic Palaces are the official residence of the Pope, and they encompass a vast complex of buildings. They include the papal apartments, the government offices of the Catholic Church, and several chapels. The papal apartments overlook St. Peter's Square. and this is where the Pope delivers the Angelus address from the window every Sunday. The complex also contains the Vatican Museums, the Sistine Chapel, and the Raphael Rooms. It is sometimes called the Palace of the Vatican or the Sacred Palace, and the Pope resides here when he is in Rome. Vatican Gardens. Although Vatican is one of the smallest states in the world, half of it apparently is covered by these private gardens and parks. They are a peaceful heaven of fountains, sculptures, and medieval walls, and guided tours are available to visitors. The garden contains the Governatorate Palace and a large variety of botanical species. They are a perfect example of former Renaissance and Baroque garden design, and the gardens are also home to the Lourdes Grotto, a replica of the original French shrine. Swiss Guard Barracks. These are the headquarters of the Swiss Guard, the military force that protects the Pope, and they are responsible for its safety. They are famous for their colorful uniforms, traditionally designed by Michelangelo himself, even though this is sometimes disputed. Visitors can see the guards on duty at the entrance to the Vatican, and recruits must be Catholic Swiss males, complete basic training in the Swiss army, and be under 30. The main barracks is located near the Vatican walls near St. Peter's Square, and the Guard was founded in 1506 and famously defended the Pope during the sack of Rome in 1527. The Sistine Hall, not to be mistaken for the Sistine Chapel, is the great main hall of the Vatican Apostolic Library. It's an elaborate 16th century space designed for the display of papal books and manuscripts. It is renowned for frescoes and decorated ceilings, and holds the majority of the library's vast printed collection. It was designed by Domenico Fontana for Pope Sixtus, and it is divided into several sections by marble columns and arches. That was it for this video. It is a short one, but then again, Vatican is not a big place, although it is fascinating and incredible to visit. These hopefully are a glimpse into the Vatican and a great list of sites to visit and to explore. I truly hope this will help you plan, organize your next trip. Please feel free to add any spots I might have missed in the comments below, and why not join our growing community. Until next time, ciao!